Hello everybody. Now I'm going to teach you how to solve for x by completing the square. Alright, if you remember the cheer that I taught you guys in class, make sure you have that written down or already recite it in your head. And remember, it's move the constant to the other side, factor out and divide, take half of b and square it, then add it to both sides. Then factor and solve. Then factor and solve. Okay, so the first thing is to do what? Move the constant to the other side. My constant is 55, so I'll subtract it on both sides. And when I do that, I'll get x squared minus 16x, and I'll put plus a blank, equals negative 55 plus a blank. All right, so again, move the constant to the other side, factor out, and divide. There's nothing to factor out between the 1 in front of x squared and negative 16 besides 1, so I can skip that step. All right, again, move the constant to the other side, factor out, and divide. Take half of b and square it. Okay, so my b is negative 16. I'll take half of that and get negative 8 and square it, which gives me 64. Then add it to both sides. So I'm going to add 64 to both sides. And when I do negative 55 plus 64 in my calculator, I get 9. And then the next part of the cheer, then factor and solve. So what I'm really doing is that I'm factoring this trinomial right here. The x squared minus 16x plus 64. So I have to think of two numbers that multiply to equal 64 and add to equal negative 16, which is negative 8 and negative 8. So that's why it's just easier to always take that number that's inside the parentheses. Okay? So instead of writing it twice, I'll write x minus 8 squared and then solve for x. So I'll take the square root of both sides. Get x minus 8 equals plus or minus 3. Then I'll separate it to be x minus 8 equals 3 and x minus 8 equals negative 3. Add 8 on both sides for both of them. And then my two solutions will be 11 and 5. And that's how you solve for x using the completing the square method.